Hey Leos, welcome. This is your career and finance reading. This is a timeless reading, so anytime you come across it, there may be some messages here for you. And we're going to see what you have going on and what may be coming towards you and get you some messages of clarity and guidance. Okay, so we have quite a few cards that came out here. You have the Knight of Wands. What else? The Nine of Wands. The Hierophant. And the High Priestess. Okay. All right. Okay. So I feel like you are forging ahead despite some challenges that you've experienced. And I feel like you are feeling a little burnt out and discouraged and maybe even a little distracted by some things that are going on and just feeling like you need to get better at managing your finances or continuing to build upon the foundation that you do have. So there's this message of encouraging you to keep going, keep fighting, get back on track if you need to be, if you need to do that, but just keep going, keep working towards it. Don't give up. Okay, because I know, like here we're seeing that you tried a lot of things. You tried a lot of strategies. You had a lot of plans going on, and you're being guided to keep going, keep going. Like even though she's tried all these things, she still has more ideas, more strategies, more plans to go. So just keep going, and you will achieve the goals that you have for yourself. So there's also this component of you connecting with your intuition and source to connect with synchronicities, not necessarily connect with synchronicities, but to recognize synchronicities that are happening and signs that are happening. So you connecting more the higher self and the ego self, you, the 3D version, connecting more and listening to the messages that you receive is what you're being guided to do. Okay, so I'm hearing that, yeah, they're telling you things that some of you are hearing and you're completely just doing the opposite because you don't want to, because that's too hard. We're not trying to do that right now. But excuse me. Yeah, you're being guided to do that right now and to go there, to get back into alignment with the plans that you have for yourself and the goals that you have for yourself. Okay, so what else do we have? Trying to get some. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So we have the Four of Cups here. Yeah. So there's definitely like a little bit of distraction happening and discouragement. And I feel like also because things aren't happening as fast as you want, or you've had a couple setbacks, you are now like discouraged and you're bored and you're like, I don't want to do this. I really don't. Like, I feel like there's a quicker way, an easier way. And in some cases, if you raise your vibration to that level where it connects to you, absolutely, absolutely. But for others of you, this is about you appreciating what you currently have and everything that you've accomplished so far and the situation that you're in, and restructuring that, reconfiguring that, reshaping that to make something great and to achieve the goals that you want. So for instance, this could be you readjusting your budget and realizing and recognizing that, like, yeah, you're spending way too much on a particular thing or in a particular area, and acknowledging that, being honest with yourself about that, and deciding what is the plan of action toward that. Okay, so I don't want to tell you what to do, but, you know, it's totally up to you what you decide to do. But this is about you recognizing and realizing those areas where I feel like the appreciation coming in more will help you to realize, you know what, yeah, I really don't need to spend $200 a week on eating out. I really could like meal prep, or I really could plan my meals out and save $130 or something. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. That's what I'm saying. But only that you're the person that has to experience it. You're the person that has to go through it. So only you know what is best for you and what you're willing to do. So we also have the universe here. Okay. Yeah, so there's definitely a new beginning here for you, and that is going to depend on what it is you desire. So you can continue to circle around and go around in the same cycle, but I see you, there's definitely this opportunity to do something different. Okay? So as you work through that process of appreciation and gratitude, then you will start to receive those messages and you will recognize what you can do differently, the lessons that you were to gain from your previous experience to date. And you will use that as you open a new chapter of abundance and continued financial wealth. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Swords here as well. Okay, yeah, so this is also about your philosophies and your belief systems as it relates to money. Okay, and security as well, I'm hearing. Okay, yeah, so some of you may need to rethink, and I don't know if this is going to resonate with anybody, but for some of you, it's kind of like you expect and you want, like, let's just say you want a townhouse, a 3-bedroom townhouse, and your budget is really more along the lines of having like a 2-bedroom apartment. And so that is going to be that how do we say, that's going to be a point of decision for you. Like, what's more important, to save several $100s and have the 2-bedroom apartment, or to go ahead and get the 3-bedroom townhouse and be overextended? Okay, and again, it's your choice. There is no wrong answer. There is no wrong decision. It's all about the experience and the lessons that you learn as a result of your choices. So it's totally up to you. But getting back to what I was actually talking about, sorry, I got off track there. But yeah, this is specifically speaking to new philosophies, new ideas, and new strategies for money. Okay? And for some of you, it's about understanding what money truly is and how it works and how it's a frequency, how it's an energy. Okay, so you may want to look up some YouTube videos if you're not familiar with money as that type of concept. Definitely look into that. There may also be some messages here as it relates to deer and rabbit as spirit animals. Okay, so if you feel guided, look those up and there will be messages for you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles as well. So yeah, this is you like really stepping into that new space. We have like all knights here. So this is you definitely entering that new chapter, a little green, a little fresh, you know, fresh off the learning the lessons that you learned in your previous chapter. But it's a new chapter nonetheless. And it's a new opportunity for growth and expansion and fulfillment and joy and happiness. Okay, so look at it as in that way. Okay, so you also have the opportunity here to start sowing seeds. So what does that look like? What does you feeling fulfilled financially look like? Visualize that, release it into the universe, and then stay on that frequency, stay on that vibration so it can come to you. Okay, so what else? Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, so you're definitely, even in this new chapter, it's a journey, right? And it's about the journey, not the destination. So there are still going to be ups and downs. I feel like for you, making those decisions and choices to be more aligned with your budget and the goals that you have set for yourself is going to be more beneficial to you to do that. And you're going to have less contrast, less challenges by doing that. And that's obvious. You don't need tarot to know that. But it's calling it out here as like, hey, you realize, like, if you stay focused, if you do what you feel inspired to do, then there's going to be less contract. There's going to be less issues, and you're going to reach your goals faster and sooner. So it really, truly is your choice. Okay. Okay. What else? Give me one more card, please. Thank you. I'm going to take it. Then we have the spirits, or the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you have the King and the Queen here. So I feel like, yes, this new chapter is going to be prosperous for you, absolutely. But it is going to take you deciding how you want to do this and how you want this to be. Like, how difficult do you want this chapter to be, basically, is what you're being asked here. And, you know, some of you are going to go kicking and screaming, and it's going to be a ride. And others of you are like, yeah, I'm committed. I'm dedicated to making this, you know, the least difficult for myself as possible. And no one's saying that you're going to be perfect or it's going to go perfectly. That's what we're absolutely not saying that. We're saying that there is going to be contrast here, and there's going to be ups and downs, but that is the natural ebb and flow of life. And those are the lessons that you design for yourself. However, like we said, staying focused, staying on track can lead to less moments of challenge and less contrast that you experience. Okay, so again, it's about your experience and what you want to, the lessons that you want to learn. Okay, so what else do we have for our Leos? Okay, so we have public relations. So if you're thinking about a career change or support in some way to grow your business, to get messages out there, you may want to consider a public relations specialist. I'm not quite sure what the, PR specialist, publicist. Yeah, publicist is what I was looking for. You may want to consider connecting with a publicist or a media relations company or specialist. Okay, and some of you, we have crisis communications manager here. So this may be support that you need, as well as it could be career avenues for some of you, if that sounds interesting. Okay, so we also have credit unions here. So you may want to consider joining a credit union. Okay, that's for some of you. All right, and then we also have organize, with get rid of all things that create clutter in your life and create space for success. So yeah, allow those things that aren't serving you to fall away, because they're really there just taking up space, and they're taking up the space of abundance. So as you let those things go, abundance can come through. It has a clear way through and a clear path to you. So that's why it's so important, and why we always say, like, let go of what doesn't serve you. It's not doing anything but blocking your blessings and taking up space. Okay, so what else? All right, we have job interview and inauthentic. Okay, so I feel for some of you, this job interview that you may have or go on, you may find that, like, you're not necessarily impressed with this organization or the individuals that are there, and it is going to feel inauthentic to you, and you're not going to feel aligned. When you think about it, when you visualize being there and working with those individuals, it's not going to feel good to you. And you have to run things through your heart space. You have to listen to your intuition and do what feels best. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like they're also going to recognize that and see that as well, and not pursue you as an option. But for others of you, you will be the deciding factor and be like, you know what, no, I don't want to come back, or no, I decline your offer. Thank you, but this just isn't the right place for me. Okay. I would also say with this inauthentic, that is a clear indication and sign to you to be more authentic and be more aligned with what makes you feel good and with the work that makes you feel good. So for some of you, there may be some side hustles or side businesses that you're trying to get off the ground. If that is what you feel like is authentically you, then do it, then go for it. Because even in those side hustles and those things on the side that you're doing for money, does it feel authentic to you? Is it something that you really want to do? Are you happy doing it? If not, that's what you need to start thinking of, and thinking of what would make you feel like you're being authentically you. Okay? And that goes towards your intuition and listening to your heart space and source and your guides. Okay, so what else do we have for Leo? What else? Okay, so we have feed your artists. I love that because this is speaking to those, I call them self-care practices because in a way they are, but it's like, what do you enjoy doing? Journaling, writing, coloring, drawing, creating art in some way, sculpting, pottery. What are those things that you can do that you love to do that you can also make money off of? And you don't have to think of it in those terms, but just go by what you love to do. And then as you progress along that path, you will find the money will come to you. It will connect to you. Those opportunities will come. Okay? And I would really check your need for external validation and how important it is to you. Okay? So yeah, there's definitely a message there. So you may be really focused on that as opposed to looking internally. So that's why I'm promoting and have been this entire time. And here's that confirmation of like, look, go within, listen to you. No one else but you. Listen to you and what feels good to you. What other messages do we have? We have Peacock with beware of great pride, and Casket with someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Yeah, so we definitely know that here that there are some things that are going to be falling away. And just know for sure that it is those things that are no longer serving you, no longer providing value to you. And if this is an actual person, then obviously that's not what I'm saying when I'm saying that. But this is about just recognizing and acknowledging that we are all on our own journey. We are all on our own path, and we have different times for when we transition over. And of course, we understand that that doesn't make things easier. However, it hopefully gives you some peace and comfort, and knowing that and understanding that, and also knowing and trusting that they never leave you just in the 3D, but they're always there anytime you call on them, and you will absolutely see them again when you cross over, when it's your time. Okay, and we have beware of great pride. Okay, so I feel like that's just a okay, for some of you I'm hearing like with this job, this situation here, you may even feel like you need to communicate in some way to them, like how inauthentic they are and how inauthentic the company is. But really, it's like it's not even necessary. It's not even important. You can do it if you want to because you have free will. But I'm saying that, you know, you want to stay on a positive note and stay on your brand, because again, we're looking at you being a brand and a business person in whatever aspect and component. So even if it is just your little side hustle, you are still a brand, you as a person. So you want those interactions with you to be on the up and up and be positive. So you have to decide, what is it that important that it needs to be communicated? Or could you just say, you know what, no thank you, this isn't actually for me, or I have received another offer, I'm going to accept a different offer. So it's up to you. It's up to you. All right, so what else do we have for our Leos? We have early traction and minimal viable product. Okay, so this is about testing those new products, those new features, those new options, ideas, and opportunities. Do some testing if you want to. I'm seeing like in particular, like if you are a psychic or a medium, work with people for free. Do free sessions. Provide free services. I'm even seeing like well, I guess this would be cosmetology, like nails and hair, just whatever services. I'm seeing like you providing that for free to individuals to build up your clientele and to do marketing, or doing that as a way to market, I guess is how I want to say that. And then we have early traction. Okay. All right. Okay, so I was just reading that, but I feel like that is along the lines with the minimal viable product, and you're testing and trying it out and figuring out what is the best cost, what your customers can afford to pay, what your services are worth, the value, all of that. So it's a learning process, right? And it's a journey. And do not be discouraged by any setbacks that you do experience and you do have. Because again, it's about that journey and not the destination. So you got this. And let's just close out with 2 final messages. We have, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Don't delay the inevitable. So we know that that is one thing that is constant and that will not change, is change. Okay, so you know that that's coming, and you know that that means anything again going away is because it is no longer serving you. Then we have, travel as much as you can. This will add dimension to your life. So yeah, maybe there is opportunity here. So we know that we're speaking specifically to finances and getting that back in shape and getting back on track with your budget and getting back to building that financial foundation, but also create some balance there. So maybe there are moments where you can just enjoy yourself, where you can squeeze out a little bit to go on that trip or to have that nice dinner, that nice date night. Okay, so just do things in balance. And you know what is the perfect balance for you. Okay, Leo? All right, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment to let me know how this resonates. Take care, and we'll talk soon.